Morning.
Hey Meg. Morning. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Not too bad.
Sorry.
Well, that was easy. No technicalities.
Never done this before, so hopefully it's working.
No. No. It's always good when it works. I always find when it works, it's easy. When it doesn't work, it's really hard to try. Especially with a live thing, it's very difficult to. Oh, how do I fix it? Especially when there's lots of people joining in.
It's like the panic.
Yeah, you start panicking. Oh, what do I do? Trying looking up stuff. So, no, this is cool. Well, thanks so much, Meg, for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
And I excuse my ignorance that I totally forgot that we met back at the I knew we'd met, but I was thinking it was on a CPT course for some reason.
Yeah, I know. I keep meeting people, therapists, and I'm thinking like, I'm sure I've seen you somewhere before. And you're like, think like, which CPT course was it?
Yeah, exactly. And I think with Instagram and all the other social media platforms, I see you all the time, and I see, like Louise all the time, and I see all the, different people all the time, platforms. So it's like, oh yeah, so I'm seeing you all the time anyway. But when did we really meet? I forget now.
In person, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how are things going for you now with your work post-COVID? It's not really post-COVID because I know it's still going on, but yeah.
Good. Is it working? Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah, there we go.
It feels like it's slowly kicking up again for me. It was really weird. It was really quiet for a while, a month or so ago, and it seemed like everyone was quiet. It was quiet for everyone, but yeah. So that's really good. I'm happy to see regular clients and new clients as well. But I work at Neil's Yard in Paris, the Netherlands, so that's really a nice place to see new clients because people just walk in and say, "Oh, I didn't realize you've got therapy rooms upstairs." So we're like, "Yeah, come."
Oh, that's cool. That's always a good way to get new business as well through the shop. Because I know the shops were closed for quite a while, weren't they, at Neil's Yard retail?
Yeah. So they opened up for the shop first, and then it took a while for them to open the therapy rooms because obviously it's harder as well. And but I'm really glad that we're open now, and yeah, it's so good.
Cool. Oh, that's really good. Well, I'll backtrack quite a lot to start off the kind of nitty-gritty of the conversation. Could you tell us about how you became an aromatherapist? What was your aromatherapy journey? When did you first get in it? Why did you get interested in it? All that kind of stuff, really. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm terrible at telling stories, so you have to bear with me.
Don't worry, I'm sure.
I always pretty much lived in England ever since I was 12. But all my family live in Japan. So at one point, I went back to Japan for a few months, I think. And then I was just looking at different courses thinking, I just want to do something new. I just want to learn something. And then I was looking at different beauty courses, and I've always been interested in massages. So I was looking for massage courses. But to do like a diploma or in Japan for the massage, it takes about 4 years of like university course or something like that. I was like, I can't stay in Japan for 4 years, so let's not do that. And actually, there was a school teaching aromatherapy instructor course with the AEHA course. So that's not something. It's the Japanese Association course, and I was thinking, okay, instructor course, it sounds interesting because you learn all the basics, and even though you're not becoming an aromatherapist, you're learning the basics, and that takes 3 months to complete, basically, whereas the therapist one is about a year and a half or 2 years or something like that. I was like, okay, I'm going to start here, and I actually got in touch with the school saying, I can't be here for 3 months, but can you do it in a month? And they were like, yeah, sure, we can do that. but it has to be like more than 2 people in the class. So I was like, that's no problem. I'm going to get my mum to come with me. So I got my mum involved. And then we went to, present that course together. I think my mum was like, what? Why am I doing this? It's such a hard work. But
oh, that's awesome. I'm into it. That's so cool.
Yeah, that was good fun, actually. So, yeah, for that month I was staying in Japan with my parents. I completed that course. And then I haven't done the exam and actually become an instructor. But when I came back to England, I kept looking to study more of aromatherapy, and I wanted to take the exam when I come back to Japan next or something like that. And then, so I kept popping into Neil's Yard Remedies in Norwich, buying different essential oils, because I wanted to learn and I needed to know the smell and everything. So I kept buying the oils. It's never stopping, is it? Buying the oils.
Never. No.
Yeah. So, and then actually, one of my friends knew the lady who worked at Neil's Yard that I used to go to in Norwich. And I was talking to her saying, oh my God, you're Liz, aren't you? Like, I'm someone's friend. And they're like, oh my God, it's nice to meet you. And she was just talking to me about what I've been doing with aromatherapy. I was like, oh no, I've done this course in Japan, but I want to carry on. And she was like, oh, you should look into this diploma course that Neil's Yard is offering. And she gave me all the leaflet and all the information. I was like, oh, this sounds amazing, but I don't think I can do it. I don't have the brain for it. This sounds so hard, sort of thing. And then, but the open day was like in a couple of weeks time or something. And I was like, okay, I might as well go and see what it's like. So I traveled to London, went to the open day upstairs in the Neil's Yard Covent Garden. Listened to Victoria talk and explain about the course. And then, at the end, when I was talking to Victoria, and she was saying, well, you might as well come for the interview. You don't have to enroll, even if you pass the interview, sort of thing. So I was like, okay, I'll come for interview. Why not? I'll come.
Yeah.
And then, in the end, unfortunately, there was too many people on that course that year, so that got filled up really quickly. So they called to say, sorry, we can't offer you this year, but we can definitely offer you next year. Would you like us to save you the seat? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And then I was going to head back to Japan for like another month or something then. And the day before I flew out, Neil's Yard rang me and said, actually, there's a cancellation. Would you like for this year from September? And I was like, oh my God, can I think about it for the day and I'll call you back at the end of the day, sort of thing. But in the end, I took the course, and that was quite amazing for me, because otherwise I would have to Japan. I always change my SIM from my phone, so I wouldn't have had the call whilst I was in Japan. So I kind of thought that's quite interesting. I should take it.
Wow, that's great, isn't it? It's like the day before you have to fly out, and it kind of changes your life trajectory. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I basically started. And
okay. So it was in massage therapy that kind of led you down that path then. And since when you graduated, when you finished the studies, did you immediately go working at Neil's Yard in the store, or did you?
I took forever to finish the case studies. It was so hard for me, so it took me forever.
Don't worry, it took me long. Everyone else, I'm sure. I put my hand up to that. Yeah. It was time and I'm not sure about you, but trying to get people as well, coordinating around. I can't make it tonight, and you've cleared your schedule, so I understand. That's what I'm sure.
It's true, yeah. It's all the details that you go back to as well. You read it back again and again, thinking, have I messed anything up? Yeah. And then your brain just gets. But anyway, But once I finished it, I moved to a different town to where I was living before. So I now live in, well, I stay in Preston Edmonds mainly, basically. And there was a shop near that shop, so I was like, okay, this is a good starting point. I don't have any clientele, so it's really good to have the shop bringing new people. So I went in, spoke to the manager and said, "Are you still looking for therapists?" And yeah. You know, it's with a graduate clinic it was at the time. But I was like, yeah. I mean, it's still good. It's a good experience for me, and it's better to get clients and practice rather than go full price from first and not get any clients. So I was
yeah. That's awesome. That's really good. And having Neil's Yard as your shop front is really helped build your business, and also it helps a lot with products and screening. So which a lot of other people have spoken to have started their own business at home straight away, which is, you know, a bit different. But that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. Everyone's friendly, so yeah, happy.
Okay, and is that kind of a full time working there?
Yeah, I work there quite a few days of the week, if I can, if there are clients interested. But I also work from my house in Leiston, which is near the coast, basically. So about an hour drive away from each workplace, actually.
But
I tend to go there. So say that again?
Sorry, I was just going to say that's a really good balance. So you get to work from home a bit, also, you know, travel into town, and, you know, have some work there in a different environment. So that's really good. It's a good balance by the sounds of it.
Yeah, exactly, because you can be quite lonely, can't it? Just working at home, just not seeing anyone else but your clients. But, you know, when you're working at a shop or therapy rooms as well, then you've got colleagues, you've got friends. So, yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. Oh, cool. And along the way, have you studied any other types of therapies, like, you know, reflexology or shiatsu or Reiki or like that?
Yeah, I did a bit of Reiki, but I personally couldn't feel anything. Even when I have the Reiki done it on me, I don't feel anything. But I still believe in it, that, you know, it's doing something for me, but I'm just not sensitive to that at all. So I haven't really gone back to it to become a practitioner. But I do sort of believe that it happens to me naturally anyway during my treatments, even though I'm not intentionally applying Reiki techniques. So I've left it for now. I am definitely interested to go back again and do it, but no, not yet. Reflexology, definitely would like to do it, but I haven't. I'm just stuck with aromatherapy for now, because I feel like there's so much that I have to still know and get deep into it, sort of thing. I've done loads of courses with Tessera and the Institute, which has been really interesting. But you start to realize I don't know anything. Because the depth they go into it's pretty amazing, really.
Yeah, exactly. I totally get what you mean when it comes to that. I still, funny enough, I've got this sitting behind me, and this would look familiar to you as well.
I thought that.
Yeah, I still use it all the time, and when I look at it, it's like, oh my god, so much in there, you know. Still.
Oh no, it's crazy. It's the Bible that you always have to go back and read it.
Yeah. So I always keep it handy to refer to, top up some knowledge of things that I may have forgotten about, or
exactly.
An oil that you might use regularly, and all of a sudden you come across it. Because I don't know about you, I'm always hunting for new oils, and sometimes I'll oh God, clary sage, I haven't used that in ages. Let me just do some revision on that again, just because an old one that you may forget about, and always seeking for the new weird and wonderful kind of exotic oils out there.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's a great thing about therapy that it's always, I've found anyway, like it never stop. You never stop learning as a therapy.
I know. I feel like I was dropped just in the middle of the whole holistic therapy thing, because aromatherapy kind of covers everything, doesn't it? Like your physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, or maybe not health, but just all elements. It's not just, let's say you studied, I don't really know, but shiatsu or physiotherapy. I feel like that's more focused on the physical side of things.
Yes.
And then you can go, let's say, Reiki or more energy work, and that's more focused on that. But aromatherapy feels like just in the middle of everything. And then you can just expand to all sorts of different directions, which I think is great, but which is also crazy. So there's always something you want to learn. There's always something more.
Yeah. You're so right. You're absolutely so. It's not like, as you said, other therapies which have a more of a specific focus, like reflexology, which I love. I don't do, but I really appreciate it. But as you said, you can do with aromatherapy. You don't even have to do touch treatments. You can put, make blends for people to give. Self-application for people, or then we can talk about skincare for hours. I'm sure. Just that another thing altogether that sits there in its own little world of things. So I totally understand.
But no, it's great. My main passion still is the massage, because maybe it's not because I grew up in Japan, but in Japan, as I grew up, massage was very accessible. Very easily accessible. You just walk into not even the big department store. It's just we have these small department store like shops everywhere in Japan. You just walk in. There's always one body therapy places. So you just pop in and say, "Can I have 10 minutes or 15 minutes, half an hour?" You don't even need to book in advance. You just walk in and say, you just go for shopping. I'm thinking, my shoulder aches. I'm just going to pop in and see if they've got availabilities. And then, so it's so easily available that I've always loved it. And my dad always had massages at home. So I had like a massage therapist coming into my home all the time. And then they'll do a bit on me, and then it was very, I grew up with it basically. So that's still my root. My main passion is massage, and I just love, this sounds really weird, but I just love touching people. So it's a therapy for me in itself. When I'm giving treatments, that it's just like something through your hands that you're touching other people's skin. It's that's what I love really, mainly.
No, that's beautiful. I totally agree with you and can empathize totally with the power of touch as a healing tool, really. And also I've been to Japan a few times, so and I know I'm seeing all the abundance of just different massage places around. When I've got friends there, I always ask, do you go? And they go, yeah, of course, but I go twice a week, once a week. But yeah. And also, from what I've heard, it's a profession that in Japan, men are actually well regarded in that field. Unlike, if you know what I mean, in a lot of, it's a bit, there's not a lot of male therapists, of course, but in Japan, it's quite a regarded, profession for a man.
Yeah,
so
definitely. The more accessible ones are, with clothes as well. So it's not like you have to go into a therapy room and have a long conversation, take your clothes off and choose oils. And obviously we have aromatherapy in Japan as well, but that seems to me that it's more of a luxurious thing. So you go to like a spa or like hot spring places, and they'll offer like aromatherapy 2 hours treatments, and that's more of a thing. But it's the body work is really readily available, and male therapists are very, I feel like more common actually than female, but I'm not 100%. But
I think I think you might be right from what I've seen as well, and from what I've been told by friends there. But it's quite I agree with you. Totally understand about the bodywork aspect of it, because there's something. It's hard to explain, but I know what you mean. There's something and rewarding and lovely about working the human body. It's hard to describe. Yeah. I totally understand what you mean.
Yeah,
the feeling it's really. It's like you said. Oh, I like to touch. It's a bit weird, especially from a guy saying,
I
"Oh, no,
know.
David, shut up."
People.
It's really so I've got to be careful how I heard these nowadays. But yeah, I get it what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Thanks.
We got a message from Charlotte on the screen saying, "Hello, I'm currently working through my case studies on the Niels Yard diploma. Both very interesting. Give me that push today to book on another case study client." Oh, awesome, Charlotte. Well, keep up the great work. Don't give up. Keep plugging away.
Yeah, don't give up.
Don't. Yeah, it seems daunting, especially with botanical names and all the Latin and everything.
But it's definitely worth it, isn't it? It's worth it to go through all of that.
It sinks in for sure.
Yeah.
So oil-wise, what are some of your favourite essential oils that you love personally and what you love to use in treatment?
Yeah, personally, I think my favourite has to be neroli. I think.
Okay.
It would have to be neroli. I'm prone to panic attacks. So when I was younger, I was having more panic attacks, but more nowadays it's more anxiety, and I know I can trigger panic attacks myself easily, sort of thing. And then with that, having neroli is like, it's just such magical oil. You just have it somewhere in the room and you sniff it and you're like, oh, I'm back to reality now. Like, it's okay. You can set it down, it's fine. So that's definitely my favorite. Petitgrain, again, same tree, but yeah, I still love that. I love to mix it actually, neroli and petitgrain. It just makes a nice balance. Because sometimes neroli can be quite strong, can't it? Quite daunting in a way. But when you maybe mix those two, you can make the balance yourself as well, freshness and the heavy side of things. So I do like that as well.
Okay, now the good choices.
But it's lovely. Clary sage, I love. Clary sage mixed with vetiver is really nice. Vetiver mixed with bergamot, I love. Yeah, I can keep going, but yeah.
They're good ones. They're good ones. Definitely good ones. I love petitgrain as well. For skin oil, it's lovely. How about some oils that you don't like or don't get along with, I should say?
Yeah, I had quite a few at the beginning of my aroma journey, let's say. Like juniper, I couldn't deal with it. So there was like a book of aromatherapy that said like you should have foot bath with juniper in it. And I tried, I was like, whoa, that rising aroma of juniper is just no. And then there were other oils that I just really didn't get along with, like chamomile, Roman chamomile. I just didn't. But now I'm really happy with them. I like working with them. But the ones that I still can't get along very well is like fly.
Okay.
I don't know why. That was one of the first oils we learned on the course with Victoria.
Yep.
That was like musculoskeletal oils.
Yep.
And I still haven't really used it. I know it would be really good, but fly and what's it called? Anyway.
Are you okay with lemongrass?
Lemongrass? No.
I would think so if you didn't apply. Yeah.
I don't know why. I also don't like ginger when it's really sweet. But I've got this essential oils from Taiwan. They specialize in ginger farming, and then their essential oils I really love. I think Mandy was saying the other time that the CO2 extract smells more light, and I think that smells really similar to that. I would say the ginger from Taiwan. I've got two different gingers in my box because clients sometimes really like that really heavy sweetness of ginger, but I just love the light one. So.
Okay, no, that's good. No, ginger's a funny one. It definitely does divide people, and as you said, it definitely varies. I think on the chemotype that you get, depending where it's from and blah blah blah. I'm like that with even just lavender. You know, sometimes it's a bit.
Oh yeah, totally.
My God, that's delicious. So it depends on the. I find with lavender, it's just.
Yeah, I can't get with lavender sometimes at all, and I just like the really sharp ones. You know. Yeah, it's interesting.
Cool. No, that's cool. It's always good to find out. How about basil? Do you have any basils that you go to all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sticking really with basics. Really, I haven't really gone there with basils that much. So I still go with the sweet almond and grapeseed, that sort of thing. I've started mainly using grapeseed recently, just because with the almond environment, blah blah blah. So I was like being more conscious of that, but I still really like the texture of almond. So I'm trying to figure out what's best. And but as I mentioned before, I'm mainly focusing on massage side of things. I haven't really gone to the skincare or healing properties of the actual base oil that much. So I'm just going with the feel on the client's skin, how my hands feel. So that's my go-to really.
Okay, no, that's cool. No, absolutely. That's always great to hear. All right, Meg. Well, our 25 minutes has gone over as usual. But would.
So quick.
Yeah, no, it's gone quick. It's half an hour. But look, I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It was great again.
Yes, absolutely. Well, hopefully we'll see each other in person at some point again.
Yeah, I was meant to come back to the UK last year, but hey ho, that hasn't happened, and travel's still a bit difficult at the moment as well. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go to Japan after Christmas, so fingers crossed for that.
Yeah. I think they're opening up now, Japan. I think they're.
Yeah, hopefully. I really hope they'll open up for foreigners as well, because at the moment I think it's only Japanese nationals. So we'll see.
It's always changing, isn't it? So crossed anyway. But let's keep in touch anyway.
Absolutely.
Thanks again for joining me today. And is it okay if I leave your details in the comments below? Because I'll post
That'd
it. Be great. Okay. Great. Thanks a lot, Meg.
Thanks, David.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.